Welcome to the O Scene. I'm Jacqueline Twegg. In Orange County, there's always something to do. Look to your own neighborhood or a surrounding city. Time to check out the people, places, and events taking place on the O Scene. We'll introduce you to a teacher in Huntington Beach who is making school cool for middle school students. And new shopping centers and housing developments are coming to the city of Stanton. Stay tuned for other recent happenings in Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach, Stanton, and Westminster. A city joining forces and volunteering, all to give kids a place to play while improving the neighborhood. The city of Huntington Beach received a grant from Kaboom, a nonprofit that installs play equipment in low-income communities. Oakview Park was picked as the perfect spot.
Parks are very important. It gives a place for kids to congregate. It gives a place for mothers and fathers to bring their kids. We have a lot of them in the city, and to have this one rehabilitated is wonderful because, as you know, funds are tight sometimes and it's hard to get to parks because we have big infrastructure. We have streets and walls. And to have Yokohama come in here and Kaboom and do this for the city of Huntington Beach and the hundreds of volunteers is just amazing, and we're very, very grateful.
This build has been particularly remarkable because of the community engagement from the design day all the way to the build day. We've had not only the staff in the city and the Children's Bureau in Yokohama involved. We've had a lot of community members giving their say on what they wanted to see. The kids designed this playground that you see behind us, and everything has been derived from what the community has asked for.
What we work at Children's Bureau is to help families take care of their families and their children. And then the next thing that we work on is to help them take care of the community. And so here, by doing this together in this public-private partnership, these community members take care of both their children and each other. And that is just wonderful. Absolutely couldn't be better.
Erica Ariano is an Oakview resident and says she's proud to take part in this event.
I help because I like to help to build this beautiful park, and this is for the history of the community, for the old people, for my kids, also for me, for myself. So I enjoy it.
It's crazy how many people are so supportive of this project. We reached out to different businesses and different community groups around the city, so it's a very collaborative project. And what's really cool is City Council just approved the playground equipment replacement priority list back in November. We put together this priority list to replace the different playgrounds in the city. So Oakview is actually #1, so to be able to do this so soon is really awesome.
Community groups and volunteers pitching in, including the Kiwanis Club, Rotary members, Central Park volunteers, and church groups. 250 volunteers and 5 hours of hard work certainly paying off. This serves as a shining example of what can happen when people come together with the common goal of improving a neighborhood and providing children with a safe place to play.
When they were here before school, it wasn't here. And then they come out at recess and, oh my gosh, they have a brand new playground. And they were so excited, and you could just hear the screams and the excitement. And so I'm sure you're going to see them after school or on the weekends playing here right away.
It really is a testament to how philanthropic and community-focused our residents are. And so it's a Wednesday afternoon. The weather cooperated with us. I know a lot of us were concerned that it might rain today, but a lot of people took the day off work to be a part of this. And I think that just really shows how much residents in Huntington Beach want to give back and be a part of the community. So we're really quite blessed to have the involvement that we do from our residents.
Since 1996, Kaboom has built over 3,100 playgrounds across the country. And by the way, Oakview Park is located next to Oakview Elementary School. This play space will serve over 2,500 children in the Oakview community. Now to an athlete with Special Olympics who is receiving a special honor. Special Olympics of Southern California recognizes one athlete each year who exemplifies what the organization stands for. This year, Coach Joe McKnight made the announcement.
That Athlete of the Year, who will be celebrated throughout the entire year of 2019, and the night of Special Olympics on Parade on April 6th will be a night to celebrate this individual. We have selected the Athlete of the Year to be Greg Kozlowski.
Yeah, Greg!
Greg Kozlowski stands out for many reasons and was nominated by both his golf and his bowling coaches. He shares with us just some of the amazing experiences he's had during the past 17 years with the organization.
The golf coach and doing the golfing I went to found out I qualified for the World Games and got my name drawn out of it, and went to the LA World Games, played golf with people around the world.
In addition, Greg is part of the Gavel Club of Orange County, and for the past 20 years, he's been working at the Disability Resource Center. He also lives on his own and continues to inspire friends he meets along the way.
Being supported by your teammates and stuff, and that's how Special Olympic is support each other, and it's like a family.
And Greg wouldn't be able to do what he does without the support of his parents. They have been and continue to be with him every step of the way.
Special Olympic athletes don't always have a lot of highlight experiences, milestones in their lives that, say, other adults get that chance. They don't always have weddings and special births of children. So to him, his highlights and experiences that are exceptional make something like this honor. It has that same emotional appeal in our hearts as his parents and family.
Greg's dad explains another aspect of his son's character and how he's a go-getter at work.
He's the first one to work at work in the morning. He'll come in and do whatever they want him to do. He has also set up a program patterned after the Toastmasters that they have here in Orange County. He set it up with some other people over at DRC, and one Saturday a month they'll bring people in that use their resources to go out and find a job and how to interview for a job, and they'll teach them. That's one of his babies, you know. If he has a Saturday that they've set it up, don't ask to go play golf or anything else.
Something Special Olympics offers is their Healthy Athletes program, which literally helped save Greg's life. He had a fractured jaw from a prior dental procedure.
They helped diagnose that Greg needed to get into emergency, and within the end of that day, he was in surgery for a very serious infection that only 2 in 10,000 people get, osteomyelitis. If it had gone much further, they said within a day, his doctor indicated, and his infectious disease doctor as well as the surgeon, he could have died.
Greg is now fully recovered and back in full form. One of Greg's mentors and a supporter of Special Olympics is longtime friend Don Kanabe, who surprised him on the day of the interview.
I get to say congratulations to Greg as being the Athlete of the Year for Special Olympics. He has been a dear friend. We've known each other for a long time, but not originally through athletics or through golf, but through Disabled Resources, where we first met a number of years ago. He helps out there a lot. He's a very special young man. He has a lot more talent than just athletic. He has a personal talent to assist others that have different kinds of challenges at Disabled Resources. So I'm here to say congratulations, Greg. Well deserved, a great honor.
His bowling coach who nominated him explains with this award comes a great honor and also a responsibility.
Which means Greg will be asked to go out on many promotional events, many fundraising events, and he'll be the face of Orange County Special Olympics. So I spoke with both Bob and Shar to make certain that they were on board with this. This was a step into a new leadership role for Greg, and I wanted to be certain that they had the time to make the commitment to support him in doing that.
And of course, they are happy to support him. Jesus Cabrera with Special Olympics says Greg encompasses what Special Olympics is all about. And out of the 6,000 athletes, this is why he was chosen.
He is the epitome of a Special Olympics athlete, where he gives it his all, involves others, and is very friendly and sociable. And if you get him going on a story, it might be a 15-20 minute conversation that you have, and you feel much more passionate about being a part of Special Olympics.
By the way, Greg's motto in regards to Special Olympics is life-changing and life-growing. Pretty much says it all. Heart of a Champion Special Olympics on Parade will be held at the Paseo Hotel in Huntington Beach. You know when you meet a person and coincidentally their name is an insight into who they are or what they do? Well, we found this with Mr. Cooley, who is one cool teacher. Within the Ocean View School District, Springview Middle School has a treasure of a teacher.
What do we got? Nothing yet.
Bringing games and good times to the students.
Mr. Blade came to me and said, hey, would you help out with game room? And then he gave me some wonderful ideas with some flat screen TVs. I also work on electromechanical pinball machine and arcade games. And I asked him if I could bring a couple of those in too, and he said just fine.
It really is unbelievable. I mean, you look around here, and I every time I come in here, I can't believe it. And every time I come in here, there's another game. There's another something that Mr. Cooley's trying, and it's packed. The kids love it. You know, it draws them in. It's a safe place for them to be, and they're really enjoying it.
This is all Mr. Cooley's doing, buying vintage pinball machines and arcade games, then restoring them.
There's 2 players, see?
He has more than 120 pinball machines in his personal collection and will bring his own on occasion.
It's the times when I add a game, like the skee ball over there, which just came in yesterday. I picked it up this last weekend. It's not working yet, but when people are already asking questions, they're curious, they're excited. When I get a line out there, they always have to sign in because we need to know where every kid is during nutrition or lunch. Watching the excitement on their face, how can you not love it?
There's another component that kids might not realize while they're having fun. These games serve a greater purpose.
It's a disposable world. Everything that breaks, we get rid of. Everything in here is repairable. And I think that makes them think, and that makes your brain work in the proper function to start working through some of these problem solving, which I think more of our young adults need. How to solve problems. And anytime anything's broken, we need to solve that problem.
In addition to teaching kids that want to learn how to fix the machines, these games provide a place for human interaction.
Number one, this gives them sometimes a different type of a place to go, or an options we'll call it. Number two, they socialize. These games over here, there's some wonderful board games. They can sit down and play.
Everyone has fun playing different games and interacting with each other, and there's a variety of different things we can do.
There's like many games around here where you can play with your friends. You're not like on this like one device where you just only play by yourself. Like you can play with many people as you would like.
Sometimes I learn how to use the switches, how to turn on some of the games and all of that, and it's really fun.
I come to this room to play pool. It's really fun. I learned how to play pool with some other people, and now I know how to play it in real life and not on mobile.
What kind of memories are you going to have when you get older about this room? Tell me about that.
Just memories of my friend playing together and playing all the games together.
Thank God it's Friday!
So what did the students think of Mr. Cooley doing this for them?
I thought it was amazing because like they opened up just for the students, and like most schools don't even have this opportunity to play with their friends in this room. So it's pretty awesome.
He's always making jokes, but serious at sometimes, and always teaching great life lessons. He's one of the best teachers in this school because he set all of this up, and it's really fun for all of us.
Principal Blade tells us this is a room that connects kids to Springview Middle School and makes them want to come to class, encouraging overall attendance as well. 6th and 7th grade students at a nearby school in Huntington Beach have joined forces to honor the memory of a former student. Dwyer Middle School students received more than a lesson in history the day local author and journalist Chris Epting came to speak.
And the topic of this tree came up, and we were talking about why this tree was here, why it was planted. And I told the kids a story about Robin Samsoe, the young girl who was tragically abducted in Huntington Beach in 1979. The teacher asked if I would sort of tell a gentler version of that to let them know that originally that her classmates had planted this tree, and there had at one time been a plaque here.
But over the years, the plaque went missing. And through learning her story, these 6th and 7th graders were inspired to make things better.
A line that they came up with that really hit home with me is that without a plaque, this is just a normal tree. And this isn't just a normal tree. This is a tree commemorating somebody who died a very tragic and gruesome death. And, you know, luckily, you know, some good has come from that. But it should be known that this is something special.
A couple of days after that, our class decided that we had to do something about it. So we started asking companies for donations to help fundraise money for the plaque we have here for Robin. We got all the money we needed for the plaque, and here it is. This plaque demonstrates her strength and character. The solid nature of the plaque demonstrates how she changed the way police work 100%.
Now they're here to present their accomplishment and express how they feel about Robin and her story.
We did not want her to be forgotten. It's like if someone in your family had died, you wouldn't want them to be forgotten. This is Robin's time to be remembered today in this world.
I think it was very cathartic for them to sort of get in touch with this story and their feelings about it. And they delivered. I mean, look, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. We were all had tears in our eyes because these kids were speaking such amazingly beautiful truth about what they felt today.
They also learned a very important fact dealing with local laws being changed.
Back then, there was a 24-hour waiting period before you could report somebody missing, and that they acted against that, and within an hour, we're looking for Robin. And that always stuck with me. And so when I spoke to the kids here, I shared that. And that fact stuck with them as well, that Robin's disappearance actually resulted in laws being rewritten so that the police wouldn't have to wait that long.
I really wanted to focus on the part on what Robin's done to help the 24-hour waiting period law, because if that didn't happen, then a lot of people could have gotten more hurt, and they couldn't have the situation couldn't have been dealt with. So that law really helps. And she was a good student. That's what happened that day. It was very unfortunate.
Well, I'm pretty proud because usually when something like this happens, it sort of just blows away, but I like that this was a success.
Through Mrs. Rasmussen and the students' efforts, the tree is now something special. Starting with the students writing letters to the principal to see if installing a plaque would be okay.
Then they had to write letters to all through the community, different business partners that they thought would be a viable option for us. Then they did newspaper stories about it, and they had to go up and we talked about how they were going to present the letters to the businesses, so we worked on public speaking. Then they all wrote the speeches for today, and then we're able to present those in front of an audience. So I feel like they've gained a lot, not only in pride but in education.
I really think it's important that kids learn in school that be passionate about something, learn about something, go after it, and you can make big things happen. And they just really have seen the whole thing through, and that's a big part of Mrs. Rasmussen's class project. So I'm really proud of her and the students.
Honoring Robin this way and knowing that I can come back here with my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren can come and see this plaque, and I would know that I helped put it there.
I feel happy and proud because we actually did something as a whole class, and now we have a plaque installed for Robin to honor her.
We've done a lot of work to get here, from writing letters to the companies to Mr. Epting on what we've been doing, to ask Ms. Gombaki to put the plaque here. And yeah, so it's been hard, but we did it, and we're all happy about that. We're very proud.
And proud they should be. From the principal to the teacher and the students, as well as the parents for raising such caring kids who have created a special memorial for Robin Samsoe. Stanton proudly announces new developments and businesses coming to the city while recognizing existing ones for excelling in what they do.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the City Council and staff, it's my honor to welcome you to our annual Stanton Business Alliance Luncheon.
Before the accolades were presented, Councilmember Ramirez presented all of the promising projects in the works for the city.
We have a great opportunity here. We've been trending up. We're to the point where we actually pick and choose the businesses that we want in Stanton. Having over 200 people here shows that number one, they're concerned, number two, they're engaged, and three, they're willing to really do what needs to be done in order to continue this positive trend.
Some of the highlights of new businesses and developments coming soon. Rodeo 39. It will be an open-air indoor place with glass ceilings, including a butcher shop, a bakery, brewery, and many eateries.
How many cities can boast they have their own In-N-Out Burger and Raising Cane's right next to each other? And that you can walk outside your front door and do your grocery shopping, eat at a fine restaurant or a brewery, put your money in the bank, and then work out at Fitness Center right down the street. I think it's a very bright future. And as you know, we're a community of forward vision and a community of pride. And I think this is an example of it.
There are also big plans for housing. Everything from affordable housing to nearly $1 million homes.
I think not only by having new businesses, but now we have customers for those businesses, that people are going to shop and stay in Stanton. So it's kind of a symbiosis to where everything supports everything else, and the growth is going to be great.
Helping with the growth is the winner of the Construction Developer of the Year award, Frontier REI.
I've never worked in a city where the elected officials and the city staff care as much as they do here. And I think for us, it's always been we've always appreciated that, we've recognized that, and you know, it goes beyond anything that we would do from a business standpoint. We really sincerely want to do right by the city, by the residents, and we're just grateful to have the opportunity to work in Stanton.
Another business owner grateful for his award and recognition as Restaurant of the Year is the owner and chef of Irrawaddy Taste of Burma.
My wife and I, and we put all, everything to be in the restaurants. So it's very important. You have to be present, you have to be managed, not only be owner, but many responsibility. And then we have to make sure, people to serving our best,
Now to the winners of Business Champion of the Year. The award is presented to Premium Finance, a high-end used car sales company. Robert Robbie explains what he thinks makes the difference in helping them succeed.
We already had visited by the city twice within the last year, and they come in and ask you if everything is good, any feedback that we can actually give to the city, which we had a bunch of feedbacks, and they pay attention to that. So all that, like having a connection with the businesses and not forget about them, we feel we're part of the community, and I think that's very important because I haven't seen that elsewhere.
From networking to businesses getting recognized for their hard work, to hearing what it's in store for the city, this luncheon provided a lot of possibilities as to what's to come when it comes to the city of Stanton. That's all for now, but we hope you'll be inspired to go out and explore all of the experiences awaiting you. Until next time, I'm Jacqueline Twegg for the O Scene.